A CIA agent is hunted by Middle Eastern militia groups after his identity is leaked. Welcome back to Movies Explained. Today's film is an action thriller from 2023 titled Kandahar. The movie opens in the scorching deserts of Qom, Iran, where armed soldiers watch over two seemingly ordinary workers fiddling with cables buried in the sand. Hidden beneath their rugged exteriors, Tom Harris and Oliver Alterman are covert CIA agents tasked with a daring mission. With deft precision, Tom installs a surveillance device, granting the CIA access to classified information flowing through the nearby Iranian nuclear facility. As he surfaces, a wary soldier demands an explanation, his grip tightening on his rifle. Oliver, fluent in Farsi, spins a convincing tale of being hired by the Ayatollah to enhance Qom's internet connectivity. Tension hangs heavy in the air as Tom reaches into his pocket. The soldiers flinch, expecting the worst. But Tom, with a sly grin on his face, whips out his phone with the screen displaying a live football match, trying to prove that the internet is much better in the area now. The tension dissolves into cheers as the soldiers, hooked by the game, forget their suspicions. Tom and Oliver's risky gamble has paid off for now. Dust settles behind Tom and Oliver's van as they speed away with the watchful eyes of a CIA drone hovering high above. Once Tom sends a message to their contact that all is clear on the field, they begin hacking the system's mainframe. In 12 hours, they will cause a nuclear chain reaction in the Iranian facility. Meanwhile, in Oman, journalist Luna Kujai is reporting on the nuclear tensions between Iran and the Western powers. She stops recording when she receives a text from her Pentagon informant James, who is sending her an encrypted file. James sent her pictures of the CIA operations in the Middle East, including Tom's mission. She immediately contacts her editor at a European news agency to share the news. This call is intercepted by the Iranian special agents, determined to squeeze the truth from her before the news ripples across the globe. Somewhere in the Middle East, a Taliban group led by a man named Rasul is having a secret meeting with an agent from the Pakistani Inter-Services Intelligence, or ISI, named Kahil Nasir. It seems that the ISI has been helping the Taliban group in taking control of Afghanistan, but Kahil reminds Rasul that they should stop acting too barbaric. Kahil wants them to stop kidnapping women educators and taking selfies with the people they murdered. After the meeting, Kahil calls his boss, Siraj Agha, who informs Kahil of the nuclear facility explosion in Iran. Back to Tom, he arrives at the safe house with Oliver. Tom heads up to the rooftop and calls his wife, informing her about his flight back to London the next day. She expresses hope that Tom will truly come home this time, especially because it's for their daughter's high school graduation. Tom's work life appears to have put a strain on his family life, as his wife reminds him to sign their divorce papers when he returns. Despite this, he feels unable to pursue any job other than his current one. From a distance, he watches the underground nuclear facility being remotely detonated by the CIA. Back at the CIA headquarters, the entire team is celebrating their successful mission. Sometime later, the leader of the Iranian intelligence agency discovers the wreckage of a helicopter. One of his agents, Farzad Asadi, informs him about the information Luna received. Farzad is then ordered to retrieve the information from her as soon as possible. In Herat, Afghanistan, an elderly man named Mohammed Mo Daoud arrives at the international airport. When the immigration officer asks about his visit, Mo explains that he is from the Red Crescent organization. After being granted permission to enter, he heads directly to a waiting car. Mo contacts Roman Chalmers, who has hired him to work as a translator for a CIA mission in Herat. In exchange for his services, Chalmers has promised to provide Mo with information about a woman. Tom bids farewell to Oliver and reminds him to erase any evidence of their mission before he vacates the safe house. He reaches Dubai safely, but his flight gets delayed. Soon after, he receives a message from someone asking him to meet before his flight departs. It turns out to be Roman, a CIA agent, who invites Tom to a party at his house. Roman offers Tom a mission in Afghanistan, but Tom initially declines, wanting to return home. However, Roman promises that the mission will end before Tom's daughter's graduation and offers a large sum of money to support her future medical school tuition. Tom accepts the offer and is briefed by Roman to destroy Iran's nuclear program facility near the border of Afghanistan. Mo will accompany Tom as his translator during the mission. Elsewhere, Luna is in her hotel room on the phone when she's suddenly ambushed and abducted by Iranian agents. She's taken into custody and questioned by Farzad. During the interrogation, Farzad shows Luna a printed picture of her and her daughter, implying that her daughter's safety is in jeopardy unless Luna cooperates. Luna discloses information about the shell companies the CIA employs for their Middle East operations. However, when Farzad presses for specific names, Luna maintains that she is unaware of any individuals involved. In Herat, Tom is successfully dropped off and then picked up by Mo, who guides him to a safe house within the town. The house is small and in a state of disrepair, but it serves as an effective hideout. Mo asks Tom about his mission, but Tom doesn't provide a clear answer. It seems that Roman, who arranged for Mo's service, did not disclose the full details of the mission to Mo. His role was simply to retrieve Tom and serve as his translator. That evening, Mo sneaks outside to meet an old friend in a secluded area. Unknown to many, Mo is regarded as a traitor by the Taliban, who would kill him if he were to return to Afghanistan. Despite this risk, Mo accepts the job from Roman, as he is also on a personal quest to find his missing sister-in-law in Herat. Following his secret meeting, Mo pays a visit to the grave of his eldest son, located in the desert. In the morning, the secret files Luna leaked are released to the media, exposing pictures of Tom and Oliver. Roman contacts Tom, informing him that his mission and identity in Iran have been compromised. Oliver has been located and killed by Iranian agents. Roman immediately aborts the mission and urgently instructs Tom to evacuate Afghanistan. Tom is now a target for various groups including the Taliban, Iranian agents, ISI, ISIS-K, and even Al-Qaeda due to the leaked CIA operations file. If captured, Tom would likely be sold to the highest bidder. Roman devises a rescue plan for Tom and Mo, arranging for their extraction via an Mi-6 aircraft, scheduled to depart in 30 hours. Chris Hoyt, head of the CIA's Special Operations Unit, will help in the operation. Roman reports to his superiors that Tom must travel 400 miles to reach Kandahar, all while evading the numerous groups hunting him. Simultaneously, Iranian agents receive intelligence on Tom's location. The ISI also becomes involved, dispatching Kahil to apprehend Tom. Kahil contacts Rasul, requesting Taliban support to capture Tom before he speeds towards the city on his motorbike. Tom rushes to get rid of his files and evidence, then urgently tells Mo to leave right away. However, the Iranian agents as well as Kahil are already nearby. Tom and Mo leave in their car, but soon realize that Iranian agents are tailing them. Tom enters the market to switch his car, and despite this effort, the Iranian agents quickly identify the new vehicle. Caught in traffic, Tom's car is unable to move, allowing Farzad and his team to close in from behind. Meanwhile, Kahil, who is on his motorbike, is also spotted by the Iranians. In a desperate move to escape, Tom drives onto the sidewalk, with Kahil following suit. Tom's car is momentarily blocked by one of the Iranian vehicles, but he manages to drive away. Seizing the opportunity, Kahil attaches a bomb to the Iranian car. After a mishap that causes him to fall off his bike, Kahil detonates the bomb and then resumes his pursuit, instructing Taliban forces to locate Tom's truck. Tom takes a detour in an attempt to shake off his pursuers, but he's suddenly confronted by a Taliban vehicle blocking his path. Despite being under gunfire, Tom boldly rams his car into the Taliban vehicle and then speeds away. However, the intense situation takes its toll when a bullet damages one of Tom's car tires, leaving them stranded in the middle of the road. Tom instructs Mo to quickly change the tire while he keeps watch for any further attacks. Mo complains about the situation he's been roped into, and Tom apologizes, telling Mo that he's part of the Iranian nuclear explosion, and that's why nobody is coming to save them. During this tense moment, they also encounter a young boy holding a detonator, positioned near their car. Despite the imminent threat, they manage to successfully change the tire and drive off, with Kahil still relentlessly pursuing them. Roman receives a message from Tom indicating that he's heading to Dilaram to meet an old acquaintance. Understanding the coded message, Roman contacts a man named Ismail Rabbani for help. Tom, meanwhile, continues driving into the night, relying on night vision goggles for navigation to avoid detection, as turning on any lights would be too risky. He informs Mo that they are about 20 miles away from Delaram when suddenly, Farzad's helicopter appears and starts firing at their car, forcing them off the road. The car is heavily damaged from the relentless gunfire, leaving Tom and Mo with no choice but to proceed on foot while still under attack from the helicopter. Farzad's men disembark from the helicopter and start a ground pursuit. In a desperate counterattack, Tom manages to overpower Farzad's men. He then devises a risky plan, using Mo as a decoy to draw the helicopter's attention. As the helicopter closes in, preparing to target Mo, Tom seizes the moment and hurls a grenade at it. The grenade hits its mark, resulting in a massive explosion that sends the helicopter crashing to the ground, killing everyone aboard. Chris has been monitoring Tom's location from the CIA headquarters, but he suddenly loses track of him. Roman also hasn't contacted them yet, because he's busy asking his friends, the Afghan Special Forces, to assist Tom. Tom and Mo take a break in a safe place after defeating the Iranian agents. Tom lends Mo his jacket for prayer and shares his food for breaking his fast as they share stories about their families. Mo tells him about his dead son who was killed during an attack on Herat. Dawn breaks, and while Kahil inspects the destroyed Iranian helicopter, Tom and Mo are ambushed by Ismail's men. After explaining who they are, the two are escorted to Ismail's camp. Mo is shocked to realize that they're seeking help from Ismail Rabbani, who is a Tajik warlord. They arrive at the camp and are greeted by Ismail himself. Ismail tells Tom that he can lend him a car to go to Kandahar and invites the two to join him for a meal. During the meal, it's evident that Ismail is fond of Tom as they share their old memories. However, Mo is silent and brooding. When Ismail points out Mo's behavior, Mo snaps and says that Ismail is a traitor who destroyed Herat and killed many children, including Mo's son. Ismail hands his gun to Mo, instructing him to shoot if he indeed seeks revenge. However, amid the tense situation, Mo says that he forgives Ismail and drops the gun. While Tom and Mo wait for the car, Tom apologizes for being insensitive and seeking help from the person who killed Mo's son. He offers to decline Ismail's help, but Mo says they must continue their journey. As they drive away, Ismail betrays Tom and Mo by informing the ISE of their location and vehicle description. Kahil, upon receiving this information, instructs Rasul to capture them. Unaware of Ismail's betrayal, Tom and Mo are suddenly ambushed by Taliban forces and taken prisoner to the Taliban headquarters. There, Mo faces torture at the hands of Rasul, as they view him as a traitor. Meanwhile, Roman, in collaboration with the Afghan Special Forces, devises a plan to masquerade as ISIS fighters to launch an attack on the Taliban camp. The plan works, catching Rasul and his men off guard. Amidst the chaos, Roman covertly infiltrates the camp to rescue Tom and Mo. Kahil arrives and figures out that the attackers are actually the Afghan Special Forces. He spots Roman and Tom, making their escape in a car, and immediately resumes his pursuit. Determined to capture them, Kahil calls upon the Taliban and other forces to join him in the chase. As Tom and Roman attempt to flee, they realize that Kahil is hot on their trail. In a desperate move, Roman opens the sunroof of the car and starts firing at Kahil's truck. However, during this intense exchange, Roman is shot in the stomach. Despite his injury, he makes a bold decision to throw himself onto the road to continue firing at Kahil. Tragically, Kahil manages to shoot and kill Roman. The chase intensifies as Kahil, now on his motorcycle, orders his team to open fire on Tom's car. The situation escalates rapidly with multiple groups converging from various directions. As Tom nears the border gate, their vehicle becomes the target of relentless missile fire. Eventually, one of the missiles hits Tom's car. In the aftermath of the explosion, Kahil quickly approaches the wreckage to confront Tom. The two engage in a fierce gunfight. Despite the odds, Tom succeeds in overpowering Kahil, even though he is shot in the gut during the confrontation. Surrounded by Taliban troops closing in from all directions, Tom and Mo find themselves with no option but to surrender. They exchange farewells, bracing themselves for what seems like an inevitable end. Meanwhile, at CIA headquarters, Chris makes a critical decision. He instructs a pilot to bomb the area surrounding Tom and Mo, creating an escape route for them. Chris is aware that this order exceeds his authority, but he is determined not to let another agent die in Afghanistan. Just as Tom and Mo, feeling utterly defeated, prepare for the worst with the advancing Taliban troops, they suddenly witness an airplane dropping bombs on the enemy forces. Seizing this unexpected opportunity, they find a car and make a daring break through the border gate. Against all odds, they reach the designated plane just in time for its departure. The movie ends with Tom arriving at the London airport. In a touching reunion, he is warmly embraced by his daughter. Mo, too, finds his way back to his family in the US, bringing the story to a hopeful close. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos.